In the heart of Bree stands one of the most legendary taverns in all of Middle-earth, the Prancing Pony. But today, we're not just visiting. It's being built, brick by brick, in Lego. We're about to bring Tolkien's most iconic inn to life. Bree has a classic medieval architecture, and I want to capture this in my build. So I'll start with the stone foundation. I used snot bricks and attached these angled tiles to them. For the door, I got one of these wood slatted doors and this piece for the doorknob. We need a fireplace, and this one's going to be awesome, and have the Eye of Sauron in it. I thought it would be cool to have the Eye of Sauron somewhere, so when Frodo wears the ring, the eye can see him. To do this, I built up the chimney with light gray bricks, added a hearth, fire, an arch, and the Eye of Sauron. This one didn't work, and this one is way too big, so I made my own with a Posca pen. I put this in a window, slid it in, and topped it off with a light brick. This lever on the top activates it, and I think this is pretty cool. I made the walls dark tan with spots of nougat to give this building a weathered look. These walls are also 2 bricks thick, but that's so we can have some awesome windows. To build these windows, I got the windows from the Scooby-Doo Haunted Mansion. I put them in the wall and built a brown frame around them. I also added some pieces to the top that will look like wood beams holding up the second floor. On one of these, I attached a welcoming lantern. On the left side of the inn, I made a stable. I built this with some arches and these tiles. This will look better once we have a roof on, but let's build our first minifigure. And I'll name him Peter. I built Peter with medium height legs, Schmiegel's torso, this head, and Cole's hair. He also has a carrot he likes to share with his horse buddy. Now we can put him in the stable. The exterior of the first floor is done, so let's turn it around and work on the inside. The first thing you see when you walk in is a front desk. I made this with a handful of brown bricks. On the wall, I put a key, and I set a quill and ink on the desk. I extended these rafters out and attached mugs and a fork to it. Now we need the bartender, Barliman Butterbur. I gave Barliman brown pants, a nice apron, a head with a really nice mustache, and Aragorn's hair. And with this mug, he's unstoppable. Of course, without a table, this can't be an inn. So I made a giant chocolate bar and set it on these legs. Now we can cover the table in the delicious delicacies of Bree. Only one problem, we don't have any guests. But here comes Pippin. To build this half pint of a hobbit, I used his outfit from the Rivendell set and gave him a brown cape. This hungry hobbit can now eat and drink. For seating, I made 2 squatty seats around the table. I built a more comfortable chair in the back. And that man in the corner, who is he?
He's one of them rangers. He's known as Strider.
Building Strider was pretty easy. I just got Aragorn. Oh, yeah, Barliman took his hair. So instead, I gave him a cape and a hood. With the cozy first floor done, we can start on the second floor. Earlier, I made these rafters, and now I built on top of them with 1x1 brown bricks. The rest of the wall was very similar to the first floor. Now, I only have 2 more window pieces, and we need 4. So the last 2 I made with a Posca pen and plain windows. These aren't bad, considering that I'm not great at drawing. To build a roof over the stable, I used black 2x4 slope pieces, as well as some cheese wedges. This roof slides on and is held in place by more wedges. The upstairs is also going to need a fireplace, complete with a stack of logs on this wall. I continued the chimney up to this height. I made the roof line on this side, and copied it on the other side. Now for the roof, and it's just a bigger version of this roof. It has some dark brown wedges for a weathered look, because it's literally always raining in Bree. And to add some rain, I attached a sparkly see-through blue fire piece pouring down the roof. This next roof piece is probably my favorite. I built these 2 wing pieces, attached them together, and connected them to the build. This ridgepole made with Technic pieces makes it look super nice. The second floor is going to be a nice place for the hobbits to relax. I built these beds with white tiles for the blanket, a clip and faucet pieces for the headboard, and 1x1 round plates for the feet. And other than this candle, that's about it. We can slide it in and lock it in with this disguised knob. Now I can build Frodo. I gave him a cape and the ring. The inside is done, but the outside is missing 3 things. The first one is a lamppost. I built it with 1x1 barrels and 2 lanterns. The second is a black rider. Honestly, I'm terrified of this guy, especially when there are 9 of them. Finally, the third thing is a Prancing Pony sign. To make this sign, I redesigned the original into a round format. I got a copy of this and cut them out. For the actual sign piece, this one works pretty well, but it's the wrong color. So I painted it a dark green color and glued the paper sign on. For a final touch, I gave it a coat of nail polish. This actually looks great, and as I put the last piece on, we see the Prancing Pony finally finished. After a narrow escape from the ring wraiths, the hobbits arrive in Bree and spot the Prancing Pony. The inn glows warm and cozy in the cold rain, promising a good meal inside. They hurry towards it, knowing the Black Riders aren't far behind. Inside, Bartleman Butterbur greets them warmly, though this guy doesn't seem so friendly. A large fireplace lights the room as the hobbits sit to eat. Suddenly, the ring slips on Frodo's finger. He pulls the ring off. At once, the stranger from the corner seizes him and drags him upstairs. The room above has 3 beds and a small fireplace. Then the chimneys start shaking. But what's in this book? It's building instructions for this mock. And if you want these instructions too, go to the link in the description and you can get your own building instructions. Hope you enjoyed this video. Until our next build.